guys, it's me again, and today I'm going to be doing a speed draw requested by Rose Figure. Hopefully I said that right. I'm always worried about saying people's names wrong. They requested that I do a speed draw of the tunnelers while talking a bit about their backstories and stuff, since I've been kind of non-descriptive about them in my YouTube videos. And there's reasons for that, but yeah, I'm going to be drawing like all my main tunneler characters today and explaining who the heck they are, what the heck they do, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, before I get into character stuff, I want to do a quick overview of the actual species because I did make up this species. Tunnelers are an original species. I did a video on them a long time ago, back when they were an open species, which, by the way, this is now a closed species. Please don't make an OC of them without asking permission first, just because, like I said, it's a closed species. I'd rather not have people making OCs without asking permission. As I said, they are reptiles that live underground. There are 5 different types: earth, fire, water, ice, and air. There's just like one little clutch of them that kind of live together underground, like between the mantle and the crust in the earth. So yeah, they live really far underground. They've never really had any contact with the surface, which is one of the reasons why I don't include them in videos with my other characters as much, because they technically wouldn't have contact. But also, these characters are in a completely different universe as the ones I use in most of my videos, because these are actually characters I'm using in a novel that I have not finished writing yet, and I'm not even close to finishing writing. I'm still working on it though. I recently just got more inspiration for it, and so hopefully I'll eventually finish it. But for now, I've had their backstory like really not well put together on YouTube, just because I mainly use them from the novel, and I don't really want to have their entire backstory on YouTube, you know. But since the novel's taking so long, I thought, you know what, if someone wants to know the backstory, I'll tell them. Alright, now the basics you need to know for the story are that tunnelers don't have a social class based on money and things like that, but they do have one based on genetics. So like fire, water, air, and ice tunnelers are kind of the upper class, that kind of stuff, and then earth tunnelers are a lower class, and then below them are deformed tunnelers. So anyone who has weird genetic variations, weird scale patterns, that kind of stuff, they're at the very bottom. Nobody likes them, basically. Also, tunnelers have these things called the races, which is basically the tunneler equivalent of football. It's just this big event that everyone gets excited for, everyone participates in, except for earth tunnelers because they are very disorganized. Also, all of the breeds kind of make up a little tribe in the society, and they each have a leader, and then that leader meets on a council, and that is their government. So, except for the earth tunnelers, because like I said, they're very disorganized, so they don't even have a leader. They just kind of roam free around the tunnels, do whatever they want, that kind of thing. So then for these races, there are 2 tunnelers elected from each tribe that then go and participate in like a 9-race season. And it's just like this big event that everyone goes to, except sometimes earth tunnelers don't participate, and usually when they do, it's just like a random thing, just like whoever wants to do it can do it, or they'll just choose 2 random people to do it. So yeah, like I said, earth tunnelers, very disorganized, and so their race things are really random. Alright, now onto the actual backstory of the characters. So the main character in the novel that I'm working on is Emmer, and he has the issue that his eyes and some of his scales are discolored. Most earth tunnelers have orange eyes and like orange ridges on their back, and like the tail tip is orange, but Emmer's are all green, and nobody knows why, but it's weird, so nobody likes him, so he's just kind of a loner. And by the way, tunneler family systems, some of them have like weird family systems, but earth tunnelers, they literally just have eggs and leave them there, and if they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. Yeah, harsh, but that's parenting by earth tunnelers for you. So Emmer honestly just wants to be left alone. His only friends are Ripple and Wave, 2 water tunnelers who are they also have problems. They are twins, which is another weird thing that like people don't really like, especially since Wave is really undersized. So like she's the same age as Ripple, but only half the size, and so yeah, it's another just weird thing that people don't really like. But Ripple and Wave are really, really good at singing, so they actually are like kind of elected. There's always, like at a Super Bowl or a football event, there's kind of a halftime show where people will sing and stuff. So they actually have Ripple and Wave come to sing at the races. So Emer's like, okay, fine, they're like my only friends, I'll go. Alright, you might be able to see where I'm going with the stories. Basically, Emer goes. He doesn't really like the social interaction of the races, but like I said, he went because he wanted to support Ripple and Wave. So he does, and then when it comes time to actually start the races, because this is the first race of the season, they find out that there's one Earth Tunneler who is like wanting to race a lot, but they don't have like someone else to, because they have to have 2 from each tribe if the Earth Tunnelers are going to participate. So basically Emer ends up being the other one participating. So, and he's freaking out about this because he doesn't want to. Anyways, then the race happens and Emer manages to win, which is weird and crazy because he did not expect to win. He just ran for his life, honestly. And so then after the race, everyone kind of freaks out because they're like, okay, he's weird. He's got all these like deformities. Are we gonna actually let him continue racing? But the council is like, well, there's never really a rule against people with deformities racing, so maybe. So that's going on. And then later on, the other Earth Tunneler who raced Grank, he is a jerk. And he's like, I wanted to win, get out of my face. And he beats up Emer basically and tells him that he doesn't want him to win anymore. And then he's like, Grank has a few screws loose, by the way. He's a little crazy. He's like, okay, I want to show that I can beat you, not just in combat, but in the race. So basically he's going to let Emer keep living as long as he keeps winning the races. But as soon as Grank beats him, then Emer dies, basically. So Emer can't lose, but he also doesn't really want to win because nobody around him likes that he's winning. So basically, he's got an issue. He ends up getting together a whole band of misfits to help him through this, including obviously Ripple and Wave, his twin friends, and then Fleeks, who is just like, he's got facial defects and he's a fighter and stuff. He's got a temper, so yeah, he's got anger issues. And then Storm and Sleet, who are adopted brothers, both of which were kind of like thrown out of their tribes when they were eggs because Sleet has a cracked ice pattern on his scales, which makes everyone think he's unlucky, and then Storm's wings don't work, and he's an air tunneler, so obviously he should be able to fly. So yeah, they adopted each other at an early age, and they've just been living together. So yeah, these misfits basically are like, hey, we're gonna figure something out, and we're going to win this somehow, whether it's winning the races or just like getting out of this rut we're in with society. So yeah, that is the story of my tunnelers. Okay, just a little side note, I did do this without a script, so there's probably issues in the audio and stuff. I know I said a lot, and I'm sorry about that. So just ask me in the comments if you have any more questions, and I will be happy to answer them. Also, if you want to know about any of my other characters, please feel free to ask, because I absolutely love getting people who like ask about my characters, because I put too much work into these storylines, and I'm really nervous that the ones I'm trying to portray through YouTube aren't getting like portrayed as well as I think they are. Like, I know the stories really well, but I'm not sure if you guys know the stories as well as I'm trying to put them. So anyways, if you have any characters you would like to know more about, or any species or any storyline you want to know more about, just leave me a comment. And if you want me to do a speed draw, like explaining them, I'll do that, or just more animations with them, I can do that. I can do whatever. So yeah, if you take interest in my species and characters, that actually really means a lot to me. So like I said, I spend a lot of time on these silly little stories, and they mean a lot to me, and it means a lot when people ask about them and want to know what they're about. So yeah, thank you to Rose Freer, once again, hope I'm saying that right, for asking about this, and making me do this insanely difficult speed draw. Actually, this took me almost 2 hours because there's just so many characters in it. I did leave out Grink, by the way, just in case you're wondering. The characters from left to right are Emmer, Wave, Ripple, Fleeks, Sleet, and then Storm. So yeah, I left out Grink. If you want to see him, I can do a separate speed draw, or you can probably find, I've done some animations with him before, but they're mostly color paletted things. So I think I've got some normal ones of him somewhere. So you can find him somewhere on my channel, probably. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching this video. At this point, I'm just kind of trying to fill it up with commentary, because they actually asked for a longer video, which is great because the speed draw was longer and this explanation was too long because, like I said, like I keep saying, I put too much work into this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the commentary here because I'm just rambling at this point. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking interest in my characters. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the drawing and the explanation. See you next time. Remember to stay creative.